What's good? What's good? It's your boy 18 Willing with another breaking news. Breaking news. Listen, we're gonna get straight to it. We always get straight to it. We got a Louisiana scheme to obtain Class A CDLs without passing tests. They snagged 6 in a sweeping indictment. How sweet the sound, man. How sweet the sound to a lot of people that's in the trucking industry that they taking up space. They are causing fatal accidents out there. It's just kind of unsafe out there right now, man. And the feds is not playing. Local police authorities, they're not playing. State authorities, they're not playing. This was a ringleader. He was a restaurant owner. He had contacts at the state's OMV office and at a truck testing school. They always in cahoots to work his plan. This is how much money is up for grabs in the trucking industry. Long as you know how to run a truck and you know how to run a business and you can keep the money flowing, guess what? It's gonna be crime. All you have to do is just follow the money. Let's read the story though. So 6 people have been indicted in Louisiana on federal charges. They sold passing grades and approvals to applicants seeking to obtain a Class A commercial driver's license without them ever taking the necessary tests. The U.S. attorneys for the Eastern District of Louisiana announced the indictments last week. Man, when there's money involved, people do some crazy things, man. Money is evil. But in this case right here, man, we looking at people that's untrained. This is not safe. How do you feel driving a car knowing that you don't know, but just listening to this, and now you questioning the 18 wheeler that's driving beside of you, the person that's driving? Do they really have the skills? Do they have what it takes to control and keep that 18 wheeler, in a lane? A lot of these times, man, you see drivers they in and out of lanes. That's because guess what? Again, they are on their phones, like they ain't even in the truck, like they not driving an 80,000 pound missile or 80,000 pound weapon. Let's read further into this, man. This is very distasteful for all my truck drivers out here that really got it the right way. And listen, it's too much going on for anybody. I mean, anybody to have people out here driving trucks unskilled. You see what's going on. You see about the U-turn that happened in Florida that put way more light on trucking than it ever has been before. And y'all still want to do these things. Y'all should have shut down. Soon as y'all saw those press conferences with Sean Duffy, soon as you saw that press conference out there in Florida and they supporting Trump and what he's doing with illegal immigrants and people with the English language proficiency, you should have seen that. When you seen that, you should have just shut down shop. But you're being greedy and you trying to get all the money and you can't, man. You can't. Now everybody going to prison. So listen, let's go ahead and read this, man. The key to the CDL scheme was that the Louisiana law allowed portions of the test needed to acquire CDL to be administered by third parties. The overall agency in charge of the testing process was in. They was in on it too, man. They were DPSC, which means the Department of Public Safety and Corrections. Everybody is in on the scheme. The indictment charges that the conspiracy involved bribes to get applicants past both the knowledge test needed to obtain the learner's permit and the skills test necessary to receive the actual CDL. The skill portion of the CDL test could only be acquired after a commercial learner's permit has been acquired. I want to tell y'all a quick story about myself. I take so much pride in my CDL. I tell everybody the story, man. I passed on the 5th try. I failed 4 times, but I felt so good when I got it the 5th time. They wasn't playing back in the day. If you just ain't know if you ain't know your stuff, you just ain't know it. I passed the general knowledge part. We all know that general knowledge, and this is for all my people that's 4-wheelers. The general knowledge part is actually, they asking you all these questions about key components on a semi that you need to know. Mind you, these people that got indicted and everybody in the company, they didn't have this knowledge. They just paid to play. Picture you driving by that semi truck and somebody paid to play. They don't know what the PSI is. And guess what? If it's losing air, it's going to lock up. And when it locks up, it's going to lock up on the highway. It might lock up, the truck might lock up on a downgrade. It might lock up on an upgrade. It may even lock up in front of you. And then what? Another accident? Another eye on trucking? This is what we're dealing with here, y'all. So if you think you slick and you about to, you think you about to just get away with everything, man, you're not. The government is on it now. Let's read the indictments, man. The indictment spells out the developments in the scheme. Okay, let's read the scheme out. Holotab collected money and information from people looking to obtain a CDL. So this is how he getting them in. Second, the information was provided to the OMV employees, Davis or Million, who entered incorrect answers to get a TOPS applicants and learners permits. And it's crazy. So, they just running the scam down. You're supposed to take all these tests. You know what? Don't take the test. You good. We got somebody in the office that's going to do that for you. That's so unsafe, man. That's so unsafe, man. All of these people have been indicted. They have the charges on here? No. But they did say that the indictment lists 3 people identified as individual A, B, and C as having used Alitibs, that's his name, Alitabs. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but they used his services to obtain their CDL. And it says the conspiracy started no later than August 2020 and ran until February 2024. This is crazy. Like I said, man, it's disgraceful for me to be a truck driver and all the sweat, blood, and tears that I put into, me driving a semi and me missing my family. I take pride in that. I take pride in being able to be a truck driver and come home and get them hugs from my kids because I earned this. It feels better because I earned it. How do you feel sitting in prison knowing that, yo, I didn't earn this? It's not right. It's people out here causing fatal accidents. And guess what? The wintertime is coming. So hopefully the FMCSA and the government, everybody collaborate together and get all of these goofballs off the road before it get too bad out here. The influx of truck drivers have just only allowed people to wiggle through the holes and the cracks. Now you have a whole bunch of unskilled drivers out here. I told y'all before, if you go through the old content, when I was out on the road, OTR, I said, man, I don't feel safe. It takes a lot for me not to feel safe. I didn't feel safe because something that I did. I don't feel safe because there's drivers literally. If you are watching this right now, put your experience with truck drivers currently. What are you seeing them doing that's unsafe? I need y'all in the comment section. You seeing them on the phone? Are you seeing them tired? We just did a story the other day. I might tie it here, where it was a tired driver out there. He's so sleepy, he fell asleep and unalived 5 people. Where are we going with this, man? Now people are looking at us like, yo, y'all don't know what y'all doing. 1 or 2 bad apples can spoil the whole bunch. And that's what we're seeing in the trucking industry. This is 18 Willing, man. Breaking news. Right to you. We out of here.